Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for Friday, February 18. And just on the weekly chart here, we can see that even though the market's down here, we can see that in the bigger picture here, we're certainly on the lows down here. But also, I must say, that's what indicators do as well. It's just like when we'd come up to the top up here, when an indicator like the stochastics approaches the old high up here, then they will just sort of flatline at some point. And the same with the lows down through here as well. But still, it does give us a bit of an indication that the market is oversold at this point. So we've just been trying to figure out what we've got in this point here, in this low. So let's just go to the daily and start breaking it down. Now I've had to move back to an older count that I had. I don't know if it was this week. We haven't looked at it. Was today Friday? We may have looked at it early in the week or last week. I can't recall. But I was expecting the market to, as a wave 4 here, to push up to wave 5, and that didn't occur. So I got that wrong. And yeah, so I've reverted back to the count that I've got before here in terms of an impulse wave to this point here, and I pulled that apart on a tick chart. So I was okay with that. So I'm not to say that this is actually right, but it's just the next step that need to take. So from this current low here to this high, we can look at the 50-60%. So not a long way to go. It's kind of in line with the US banks and other markets in that thing. And we have to remember that the S&P had this low in place here on the same day and had the same tops here, and they're going through. So the equity assets and the Bitcoin as an asset is doing much the same here. So let's just start without panicking at all. Let's just look at wave 1 and wave 2 here. And what we can do, we can obviously look at the first move down as wave A there. Let's just get a little bit closer to the market. In this instance here, we can look at this as wave A, wave B, and 5 waves down for wave C here. So I can see that we've got 1 and 2 in here. I've been a bit short on time to count that, but I'm quite sure that we're going to get a 3, 4, and 5 to come in here. So if the market pulls down anywhere past an impulse wave down here, well, then we've got an issue at that point. So let's just go step by step and work through it, because once we get those 5 waves done there, there's going to be a bounce back anyway. But will it be an impulse wave up here, or will it be a corrective wave to come down again? That level through here at the 42 is going to be a strong resistance at that point. So the 42 as support or resistance would be a bit of a line in the sand as well. We can also see the stochastics on the 4-hour chart here, loading up here as well. But we can see that move down here is really quite strong. So let's just go to the tick chart. I did start to count it, but I just a bit short on time today. Let's just, what do we need? Maybe 20, is that overkill? So just to get you started anyway, I can see we've got wave 1 here with an A and a B and a C wave up here for wave 2. So this is roughly the 38.2% retracement level, but I'll let you figure this out here. And yeah, but like I said, in the next video we'll pick it up with some sort of price action at this particular point here. So but even we don't particularly want to buy on the low here, because that could be a trap. Because what about if it is further downside then, so what we need, once this comes in here, we need to see, as I mentioned, the supply here, because let's just assume for a moment that the market comes down to, let's say 39. We'll take a bit of a balance between 38 and 40, the 61.8%. So the 61.8% will be back up here, which is just a bit above the 42 there, because that's where all the resistance is going to be at that point. So yeah, look, if we can see an impulse wave to that point, or we can see 42 with a really nice support on it with the classic trading levels pattern there, the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level. So basically resistance here and migrating to support over here. If we get that, well, then we know that we're on the right track at that point. Ethereum's in the same situation as well. This is just the 4-hour chart here, so we could also look at that as wave 1 to the upside, and then an ABC coming back here, so to speak, in here somewhere. Obviously, one of the important numbers in here is the number 8, the 28, so that will come down off this high here as well. So that we'll see it sort of bounce around that. But when we talk about the 8 here, we're also talking about group 2. So group 2 will be 65, so 20, I say 2650, I just see them as numbers rather, so, but 2650, and then the 720 here, 720. So that would be group 2. So that's where that's, you know, if the market's working, if the market's vibrating at this level here, at the 3, sorry, which is a major level, then above that we have 100. I'll just leave it close enough, near enough, 200 and 300 that make up group 1. So if the market finds a tested support on top of group 1, we know to go long from that point. But in the meantime, we also know too that group 1 and group 2 here, that's the swing range of this number here, and the idea is not to lose money within that. We always try to get in a bit earlier and all the rest of it, but as long as you know that you're in this box of risk in that space, you know, that's the important thing, so you can trade less at that point. If we do get a nice setup, support on the 3, well, we could also build in there, but let's just see, we get those 5 waves that will come down here somewhere. There's an at the 72 here, nice balance point for all of this here, so let's just assume that we come to that point, and let's see what we get here. Let's see if we get an impulse wave up here, or a corrective wave, and we'll also take the 61.8% from that top to wherever the low is here, and that will be pretty much on that big number there. Yeah, pretty close. So so that's going to be really quite sort of handy at that point, having the 50-60% and the big number there, because then you get 2 problems out of the way in one go. So getting support on this level, or getting 5 waves to that level, then we know that we're bullish. If we get 3 waves to the 61.8%, then we know that we're bearish and we need to come down further at that point. So let's just let's just be cool and keep a steady hand, and let's take one step at a time. And the first step is that we should be getting 5 waves down here, and then anything below the 5 waves, then we know that we've got a bigger bearish picture at that point. We don't know that yet, so we don't need to panic at that point. And even when we do get 5 waves down here, there's going to be 3 waves to the upside at minimum, and maybe 5 waves, and that's what we'll sort out. So yeah, that's it really. So just keep it simple. So alrighty, thanks for tuning in, and let's hope Russia pulls back and no lives are in danger. Okay, enjoy the weekend. Cheers.